Aquarius horoscope for December 2019. Welcome, dear friends. I'm Marina, and this is the astrology prediction for December for people who have their sun or rising sign in Aquarius. And this month is going to be very important because there are interesting and rare transformative events. Starting with Jupiter, which moves to a new sign and which will bring opportunities for all of us in a new area for the upcoming 1 year. There is also a solar eclipse, a conjunction between the Sun and Jupiter, trine between Jupiter and Uranus, which is very rare, and Venus is going to have 2 conjunctions with Saturn and Pluto. Make sure to listen to the whole video so that you will learn how all of that will trigger your sign. And if you want to be prepared for 2020, you can get your copy of the 2020 astrology calendar, which will give you the heliacal phases and transits, aspects, ingressions, eclipses, and other interesting stuff. Check the link below and get your copy now. Let's begin now with one of the most important events for the whole year. Jupiter, the great benefactor, the luckiest planet, the one which brings us prosperity and success, is shifting its position. And in your case, guys, it moves to 12th house. 12th house from one side is positive for Jupiter because that's one of the houses it naturally rules as being the ruler of Pisces. But at the same time, 12th house is not a material house. So for the next 1 year, it's time for you to focus more on things which are not that visible. It could be your spiritual growth, your personal development, healing the past, spiritual practices. Those are the main things that can bring you benefits. You may find yourself more also in an isolated place, enjoying more the comfort of your private space. And also one of the important things you can do is to reassess your life and your past, especially the past 11 years, what you have achieved, what you have succeeded in, and what you need to let in the past. 12th house is the house where we complete things, we end something. First house is the new beginning, 12th house is the end. And before you get to the new beginning, you have to finish the old stuff. And by finish, I mean either to decide that you want to complete them or consciously decide that you need to let them go. So it's a very spiritual, self-analytical period for you for the next 1 year. And the spiritual growth may not be visible. Of course, this is not something that we can measure, but you might feel differently. And you might prepare for the upcoming new beginning next year. Okay, then on the 3rd of December, Venus in your 12th house is having a sextile with Mars in your 10th house. Very positive, supportive position to take action in regards to something you enjoy and related to your career. Venus and Mars are also the 2 planets which represent women and men. And this aspect can be very harmonious when it comes to your business communication with men or women, the opposite gender usually. And this is also a time to take action related to your own desires, something you have wanted to do in your business, something which is very important to you and will have a visible impact for other people as well. There are also 2 other planets which are triggering the same 2 houses on the very same day as well. Mercury in 10th house, having a sextile with Pluto in 12th house as well. This aspect may help you to execute some ideas which you have. It might be an intuitive idea that you want to take action on or you want to materialize. And you may also be very focused and concentrated on your business tasks, on negotiation with other people, and to feel more confident and more powerful. Verbally, you might also affect more other people. So very interesting and powerful combination. On the 8th of December, we have one of the very few challenging aspects during the whole month. The Sun, which will be in your 11th house, will have a square with Neptune, which will be in your 2nd house. This is a time when you need to be very careful when it comes to financial decisions. You may not be very logical, you may not be very concentrated, you might make a mistake or somebody might mislead you. Be careful also when it comes to friends or your team and the financial stuff as well. I wouldn't recommend you to give money to other people around this day. But on the 8th of December, there is another aspect which is very harmonious. Venus, which is in your 12th house, will have a sextile with Neptune in your 2nd house. And this could bring an improved emotional connection with other people, but also can help you to do something more creatively. 2nd house is related to practical, visible things. And Neptune with Venus can bring you more creativity, more inspiration, which you can materialize. And especially if you are a creative person or an artist, you may really benefit from this transit. Then on the 9th of December, Mercury will ingress your 11th house, bringing you more opportunities to connect to other people, to your community, to your friends, and to share thoughts, to share ideas, to share more time together. This is one of the most productive times when it comes to socializing and creating new contacts. Then on the 11th of December, Venus will be in conjunction with Saturn in your 12th house. Venus and Saturn is a complicated combination. On the emotional stuff, it might bring the need to be more rational, more reasonable. But on the other side, it also has a positive impact, which brings more accurate evaluations of what's happening in your life and how you can change things. When this conjunction triggers your 12th house, this is also a very deep impact that's related also to how you feel, to your emotions, and it's time to look deep into your own feelings, to be very honest with yourself. Is there something that you are trying to keep under the carpet? Is there something you are neglecting about your feelings? Now it's time to look at the situation clearly and to admit, is there something which is not working in your relationship, something you need to work on, something you need to let go of? And then let's move to the 12th of December, the time when we have a full moon during this month. It triggers your 5th and 11th house, which means that you need to find the balance in your personal life. How much time do you spend with your loved ones and with your friends? And also to find the balance between the heart and the mind. When we have a full moon, this is a great opportunity to have more clarity in our life, to see things clearly. What would you want to let in the past? What would you want to separate with? It could be a pattern of behavior, an idea, a relationship, person. Maybe you need to look clearly at the situation and ask yourself, do I like this? Do I need to change it? Am I seeing it as it really is? In love, with friends, with kids, with creativity. Those are the main areas to focus on and eventually to make the needed changes. Then on the 13th of December, we have two other aspects. First, Mars will be in your 10th house, trining Neptune in your 2nd house, which is a very positive aspect when it comes to your business and your finances. You might have an intuitive idea about something you want to do. You might be very inspired to do it, and you may have more creative energy to execute on those ideas. Taking action, but also trusting your intuition. That's what you really need to do. It could be about a business investment or spending money on something important for your work. And eventually, all of that can have a positive impact for the practical things in your life. The other aspect on the 13th is the conjunction between Venus and Pluto in your 12th house. Very charged emotional combination, which can increase them to a very high point. And this might turn into a drama or overreaction, and all of that can be very internal. You may not demonstrate it so much, but internally you might feel like, oh, I desperately want this. Oh, I'm so jealous about it, or something else. And it really depends on what you do with this energy. You might use it to transform something, to change something, and that's the better option, actually. Don't let this control you and your reactions. Instead, try to direct this passion, this intense emotion into something concrete. And for a deep emotional transformation, this aspect is very, very good. Then on the 15th of December, we have one amazing aspect which happens once in a couple of years. Jupiter, which will be in your 12th house, will have a trine with Uranus, which will be in your 4th house. Changes, deep transformations, and new opportunities. It's time to take risks, time to be more creative, time to use this internal guidance that you receive. You may change something in your personal life, something related to property stuff or the area where you live. For some people, it could be time to decide that they will move, that they will relocate, that it's time for a new beginning, and that's all great. It might happen very fast, so you don't need to procrastinate or wait. Uranus brings things very fast, very unexpectedly, and it may also be very exciting. So take inspired action. Then on the 19th of December, two aspects at the same time. The first one is Mars in your 10th house in sextile with Saturn in your 12th house. This aspect can make you extra productive in your work and business. You might have more discipline, more organization, better structure, and more patience to complete the things you start in business, in work, in any other important social activity. The other aspect on the 19th is a challenging one. Mercury in Sagittarius will square Neptune in Pisces. Those planets are triggering your 11th and 2nd house. Be careful when it comes to financial decisions and communication with friends and team, your team. You might have an unrealistic expectation or misleading information, or you might forget about something. So make sure to check, to be as specific as you can, and if possible, avoid taking those important financial decisions on the 19th. Then on the 20th of December, there is one very nice aspect for you guys. Venus moves to Aquarius in your first house. Venus is the planet of love, emotions, beauty, harmony, balance. And when Venus moves to your first house, it can bring all of that to you. You may feel in more harmony with yourself, you may feel more balanced, you might feel more attractive, and this is a great time to pay attention to your appearance. Especially for women, they may change their haircut, pay more attention to makeup, or buy new clothes, or think about your style. Would you like to change something about it? You might find that other people like you more, pay more attention to you. You might be asked on a date, or you might receive more compliments by others. Venus in first house makes you feel better about yourself. Then on the 21st of December, the Sun will move to your 12th house and will stay there for the following month. It's time to relax. It's really time to connect to yourself, to make a reassessment of the past 1 year, to get rid of the things you no longer need, to finish the things that are important, and to prepare for the upcoming new beginning. But give yourself some time and space. 12th house is strongly activated during December and even during January. Jupiter is there, the Saturn is there, Pluto and Venus are there. Now the Sun will be there. So you really need to give yourself more time and space to relax, to recharge, to make a reassessment, and to prepare for the upcoming new beginning. On the 22nd of December, Venus, which will be in your first house, is having a square with Uranus, which will be in your fourth house. This is a time when you might be emotionally triggered and you might react in a strange way, in a shocking way for other people. There might be some emotional surprises. From one side, it could be very exciting actually, but in a different perspective, it could be bringing some insecurity or unexpected situations. And all of that may also trigger your communication with family members. There might be some kind of misunderstanding or exaggerated emotional reaction, so make sure to be cautious. And there is a positive aspect also on the 22nd, which is Mars in your 10th house in sextile with Pluto in your 12th house. Taking empowered actions in your business, feeling more confident internally. It comes from within you, and it can bring you the concrete results in your business. Starting something new, which you are passionate about, which you are highly motivated to do, and you are confident that will have an important impact on your life, on your business, and eventually on other people as well. And on the 24th of December, there is a fantastic aspect between the Sun and Uranus. They will trigger your 12th and 4th house, which is also time to think about necessary changes at home. It might come as a surprise, as something exciting which you decide to do. Maybe you need to change your home, maybe you need to relocate, or to connect with your family members in a different way. But trust your intuition in this process. Trust this guidance that you might have access to, and be open for the change and for more excitement to come into your life. And what a wonderful aspect for Christmas Eve, bringing more excitement and positive events at home. It's great, really. On the 26th of December, we have another karmic event, one of the most important ones for the whole year. Solar eclipse in Capricorn, triggering your 12th house. It's time to pay close attention to your feelings, to your past, and to let go of things you don't need. It's important to know that the South Node and Jupiter are very close to the solar eclipse, so they are bringing their impact into the game. And this is time to either let go of something that you don't need, or to have the results in something that you have worked for. All of that can be very personal, can be very spiritual, may not be visible immediately, but eventually, by changing how you feel, by changing your attitude towards your past, it will bring visible results into your life later. So find some time for your spiritual practices, to reassess the past, to let go of things you don't need, to separate with them, to free yourself, to heal yourself. And eventually, it's the beginning of a new chapter. On the 27th of December, we have this exciting conjunction between the Sun and Jupiter, again in your 12th house. So it's a time that you need to let go of things you don't need anymore and prepare yourself for the future. Spiritual practices, going to a retreat can have an amazing impact. You might go around this time, or just take the decision that you need to take better care of yourself, of your feelings, of your how you feel basically with yourself. And time to find more strength by relying on your past experiences, by reassessing your success or your achievements so far, and preparing for the upcoming future. And now, guys, I have to admit something to you. The last videos which I recorded from Aries to Capricorn have one mistake. On the 28th of December, Mercury is not ingressing Aquarius, it's ingressing Capricorn. So my apologies to you. It's still Mercury retrograde when I'm filming that, so it all makes sense. Mercury will ingress your 12th house, guys. So even more attention to your internal dialogue, to your thoughts, to time to spend alone, and find internal guidance. That's what you need to do. Thank you very much for your time. I'm so excited about 2020. It's almost here. Have a wonderful time with your families during the holidays. Set up your goals for 2020. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, because there I share more inspiration and insights with you, and we can connect on a different level. Make sure to check the 2020 calendar as well, because it will give you the most important events, and I'm preparing a special surprise which I will announce soon. So make sure to get this calendar. Thank you again, and I'll see you very soon.